If you've ever filled a bag with clothes, books, or household items to donate to a thrift store, there's a good chance your motivation came from a place of kindness. You likely stood in your bedroom or kitchen, sorting through belongings you no longer use, feeling a quiet sense of satisfaction. You were letting go of things that no longer serve you, making space in your home, and doing so with the hope that someone else might find joy, utility, or comfort in what you're releasing. That feeling of generosity, of release, of contributing to something greater than yourself is deeply human and profoundly meaningful. It feels good to imagine a stranger walking into a secondhand shop, picking up a sweater you once wore every winter, and smiling as they try it on. You picture them wrapping themselves in warmth, perhaps even feeling a subtle connection to the life that once cherished that item. There's a quiet magic in believing that our cast-offs can become someone else's treasure. This act of giving feels noble, responsible, even transformative. But here's a truth that few people talk about. Not every donation actually helps. In fact, sometimes what we believe to be a generous gift ends up being an unintentional burden. Thrift stores, shelters, and charitable organizations are often overwhelmed by the sheer volume of donated items they receive. While many of us donate with the best of intentions, a significant portion of what we give ends up in landfills, not because it's inherently worthless, but because it's unusable, unsafe, or inappropriate for resale. And when that happens, someone else has to deal with it. Volunteers at donation centers spend hours sorting through bags of clothing, boxes of kitchenware, and piles of electronics, only to discover that much of it cannot be sold or redistributed. These well-meaning donations require time, energy, and labor to process, resources that could have been spent helping people directly. Worse, when unusable items end up in the trash, they contribute to environmental waste and place additional strain on already overburdened systems. None of this means you've done anything wrong. Your heart was in the right place. But it does mean there's a better way, a more thoughtful, intentional, and compassionate way to let go of things. One that honors not only your desire to declutter, but also the dignity of the people who receive donations, the health of our planet, and your own emotional well-being. Today, I want to walk you gently through 7 categories of items that, despite good intentions, should generally not be donated. These are things you might have in your home right now, items you've held on to for years, unsure of what to do with them. Some of these may surprise you. Others may bring up feelings of guilt or resistance. But each one comes with a better alternative, a way to release what no longer serves you with care, clarity, and integrity. Because letting go isn't just about clearing space. It's about making conscious choices. It's about recognizing that true generosity doesn't mean giving anything away. It means giving the right things in the right way to the right people. 1. Broken or damaged items. Let's start with something many of us have tucked away. That wobbly chair in the garage with the loose leg. The one you've been meaning to fix for years but never quite got around to. Or the toaster that only heats on one side. Or the pair of shoes you love but whose soles have completely worn through. Maybe it's a lamp with a frayed cord, a coffee table with a deep scratch, or a picture frame with a cracked glass. We look at these items and think, maybe someone else can fix it. Maybe they have the tools or the time I don't. That thought comes from a place of hope, of possibility. It reflects our desire to believe that nothing is truly useless, that every object has potential if given a second chance. But here's the reality. Most thrift stores are not equipped to repair or refurbish broken or damaged items. They operate on tight budgets, limited staff, and fast turnover. Their mission is to resell usable goods, not to run repair shops. When they receive a broken chair, a malfunctioning appliance, or a pair of torn jeans, they can't simply set aside for mending. They have to make a quick decision. Sell it or discard it. And in nearly every case, damaged items are discarded. They don't go straight to the trash, though. First, they're transported, unpacked, sorted, and handled by volunteers or employees. Someone has to assess the item, determine it's not sellable, and then dispose of it responsibly. That process takes time, energy, and resources that could have been spent helping people in need, organizing inventory, or supporting community programs. By donating something broken, you're not passing on a gift. You're passing on labor. You're asking someone else to do the work of disposal that you were unwilling or unable to do yourself. Now, I know this can be hard to hear. There's often an emotional weight attached to broken items. They may represent memories, effort, or money spent. Letting go of them can feel like admitting defeat, like saying, this no longer has value. This is trash. And that can sting. But here's the truth. Letting go responsibly is an act of care. It's care for the people who run donation centers, who are often underpaid and overworked. It's care for the environment, which suffers when unusable items end up in landfills. And it's care for yourself, because holding on to broken things physically or emotionally keeps you stuck in a cycle of clutter and avoidance. So what can you do instead? Start by checking with your local city or county services. Many municipalities offer bulk recycling programs or special drop-off days for large damaged items. Furniture, mattresses, appliances, and metal scraps can often be recycled or disposed through official channels. Some cities even offer scheduled pickups for bulky waste. If an item is fixable and you're not the one to do it, consider a local repair cafe or community fix-it event. These are volunteer-run gatherings where skilled individuals help repair everything from bicycles to blenders. Not only does this extend the life of the item, but it also fosters community and reduces waste. You could also offer the item on a neighborhood app or community group, like Nextdoor or Facebook Marketplace, but be honest about its condition. Say, this chair needs a new leg, but the wood is solid. Free to someone who wants to restore it. You'd be surprised how many people love a good DIY project. And if none of these options work, then it's okay to throw it away. That's not wasteful. That's honest. Holding on to broken items or passing them off to a charity doesn't keep them out of the landfill. It just delays the inevitable and adds stress to someone else's day. Let go with clarity. Let go with care. Not every item deserves a second chance, but you do, and so does your home. 2. Expired food and toiletries. Imagine this. It's a quiet Sunday afternoon. You decide it's time to clean out your pantry. You pull cans from the back, check expiration dates, shake bottles that have separated, and wonder why you still have 3 containers of baking powder and 2 jars of molasses you've never used. Then, like many of us, you gather the almost good items, things that aren't spoiled or past their prime, and pack them into a donation bag. You feel good about it for about 5 minutes. Then a question creeps in. Who exactly is going to eat this? The truth is, most thrift stores do not accept food donations. Shelters and food pantries, while grateful for contributions, often cannot legally accept expired items, even if they're just a week past the date. Health regulations are strict for good reason. Consuming expired food can be dangerous, especially for vulnerable populations. The same goes for personal care items. Expired lotions, unsealed vitamins, half-used shampoo bottles, and open skincare products are considered hygiene risks. Once a product is past its expiration date or has been opened, it can harbor bacteria, degrade in quality, or lose effectiveness. Charities can't risk distributing something that might harm someone. So when you donate expired food or toiletries, you're not helping. You're transferring the burden of disposal to someone else. A volunteer food bank now has to sort through your bag, identify what's unsafe, and properly dispose of it, all while managing limited time and resources. And that's not fair. But here's the good news. There are better, more thoughtful ways to handle these items. For expired food, compost what you can. Fruits, vegetables, coffee grounds, and grains can often be composted at home or through municipal programs. Rinse and recycle containers where possible. Old baking soda can be used for cleaning, scrubbing sinks, deodorizing fridges, or polishing silver. Vinegar, even if past its prime, works wonders on windows, floors, and drains. For expired toiletries, get creative. Old lotions and oils can be used to polish with furniture or condition leather shoes. Some can be mixed into homemade cleaning sprays or used to prevent rust on tools. If you have pets, certain expired products like unscented lotions might be safe for dry paws. Just check with your vet first. And if none of these options apply, dispose of them safely. Recycle what you can. Throw the rest away with gratitude, not guilt. Ask yourself, why do we hold on to expired items in the first place? Often, it's because we hate waste. We feel guilty throwing things out. But keeping something long past its usefulness, or worse, giving it to someone else to deal with, isn't responsible. It's avoidance. True responsibility is looking at an item, acknowledging its condition, and making the final decision yourself. It's saying this served its purpose. It's time to let it go. Clear the shelf. Rinse the jar. Let it go. You don't have to donate everything to be generous. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to say, this has had its life. Now it's time to rest. 3. Used undergarments and socks. Let's talk about the drawer we all have. The one in the back of the dresser, filled with undergarments we no longer love but can't quite let go of. The bra that doesn't fit right. The socks with thinning heels. The underwear that rides up or falls down, but we keep just in case. Just in case what? Just in case we run out? Just in case we fall on hard times? Just in case someone else might need them? I say this with love. These just-in-case items are not serving you, and they're not serving anyone else when we toss them into a donation bag. Most thrift stores do not accept used undergarments or socks. Even if they're barely worn, nearly new, or carefully folded, they're considered hygiene items. Once worn, they're almost always discarded. No one resells them. No one uses them. So, why do we donate them? Because we want to believe that everything has a second life. We want to believe that even the most personal, intimate items can still help someone else. But there are better ways to care, for others and for ourselves. Instead of donating, consider repurposing. Cut old undergarments and socks into soft cleaning cloths or dusting rags. Use them for crafts, stuffing pillows, or making pet bedding. Some textile recycling programs accept worn fabrics, and stores like H&M have take-back initiatives for old clothing. When necessary, throw them away with gratitude, not guilt. Letting go of worn-out items isn't wasteful. It's an act of self-respect. It's saying, I deserve comfort. I deserve dignity. And so, does anyone who might have received this secondhand? There's kindness in discretion. There's care in choosing to give only what is clean, safe, and whole. Next time you clean out that drawer, ask yourself, would I give this to someone I love? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. 4. Personalized or monogrammed items. Remember that mug your aunt gave you for Christmas? The one with your name in bold letters. Sarah's morning fuel? It was thoughtful. You use it every day for a while. But now it sits in the back of the cabinet, unused. You think, it's still in good shape. I'll donate it. But imagine someone in a thrift store picking up a mug with your name on it. Would they buy it? Probably not. Personalized items, monogrammed towels, embroidered shirts, name tag mugs, family reunion t-shirts are meaningful to us, but nearly impossible to resell. Most thrift stores won't accept them. Even if they do, they rarely sell. They sit on shelves until they're quietly thrown away. The memory isn't in the object. It's in you. So instead of donating, try this. Take a photo of the item. Save it in a digital album titled Memories or Sentimental Things. Repurpose the fabric into rags or pet bedding. Use the mug as a pen holder or plant pot. Or if you're ready, let it go. Truly let it go. Thank it for what it represented and release it with peace. You're not throwing away love. You're choosing not to confuse the memory with the material. 5. Old electronics and random cables. That drawer full of tangled cords, mystery chargers, and outdated devices? We all have one. But most thrift stores can't test electronics. Faulty cables or devices can be fire hazards. So your donation likely ends up in the trash. Instead, recycle through e-waste programs. Donate working devices to schools or shelters. Label cables. Let go of what you don't need. Your home doesn't need wires of the past. It needs space for the life you're living now. 6. Holiday decor with names or dates. Ornaments with names, banners with years. These carry deep emotional weight, but they're too specific for resale. Honor the memory. Take photos. Repurpose. Create a shadow box with a few key pieces. Let go with love. The holiday spirit lives in you, not in the decor. 7. Mismatched dishes and containers without lids. Thrift stores are flooded with single lids, chipped mugs, and unmatched bowls. They rarely sell. Recycle plastics. Use containers as organizers. Donate full sets to shelters. Let go of the rest. Your kitchen deserves to feel clear, functional, and joyful. Final thoughts. Decluttering isn't about perfection. It's about intention. It's about looking at each item and asking, does this serve me? Does this honor my values? Let your donations be true gifts. Let your trash be taken out with love. And let your home become a space that reflects who you are now, not who you were or what you used to hold on to. You've already begun. That's enough. Thank you for caring. Thank you for listening. And thank you for choosing to let go, not out of guilt, but out of love. Take care of your space. And even better, take care of yourself.